Hi, beautiful people. Well, today I prepared a really nice sort of essay, how I always do, a plan, what I wanted to talk about, and everything. And at the end of the road, I decided to put it aside and just talk today, and we'll see what comes out of it. Hopefully, something interesting. I am going to talk about couplehood, and obviously because the Valentine's Day is around the corner. Well, the Valentine's Day is actually a US holiday, so uh, we just learned it from the United States of America, because in Europe, we were not celebrating Valentine's Day. We didn't even know what Valentine's Day was. We had the Pancake Day, yes, because it comes with Imolc, that is the actual full moon, and of course the dark moon is important because of the Chinese New Year and whatever. So actually, in shamanic circles, it is an important time, but Valentine's Day is just quite new around Europe. Anyhow, it's actually, I do talk about couplehood because of Imolc, because of the fascinating activities of the moon. So let's see what comes out of it. It's not easy to talk about couplehood at the moment, or relationships as such in any way whatsoever, because I think the vast majority of people are really suffering from it. And mostly I am talking about the Western population, or the so-called civilized countries. Well, I hate this. I really, really, really hate this expression. But then again, I have to make some kind of, um, clarity in it. So that's what I am saying. And I am talking about Europe now, and North America, because the rest of the world is very interesting, and couplehood and romantic relationship works much better in those countries than the European and the North American uh, places as such. Why is that? It is because of the New World Order. Nowadays, we are talking about the New World Order. It seems to be a bit sort of in every conversation, somehow we just put the New World Order in. And clarity is also here to see what the New World Order is, because everybody had some kind of imagination about it. However, the point is really that, just in a nutshell, that the New World Order wants to control people totally, a total control of everything, what we do, what we eat, where we live, and how we live, and everything whatsoever. And it is only possible if we become sort of robot-like. And that is the challenge, actually. And that is what those who are sort of leading this movement forgotten about it, that people are the blend of the physical body and the soul. And the soul comes from the universe as such. It would have been much easier, or it would be much easier if it was only a physical body. But then again, we wouldn't be human beings then. So we have to understand that what keeps us free and sort of standing up against the oppression is the soul, because the soul is free, it is a spirit. So otherwise we would be really taken long time back. But the point is really the soul. And the soul is giving us a lot of things what we couldn't do. And obviously we wouldn't be human beings then. We would just be beings, sort of a bit sort of animal-like, who is not doubting, not um, conversing about things, not um, logically not thinking about anything, just sort of tamed and have lot of sort of intuition as such, and intentively and intuitively do whatever supposed to do by the tamers, or what we have been uh, told to do as such. However, the soul is a very exciting thing here, and it keeps us on our edge. And also, because the soul needs to learn and needs to experience. That's why the soul is here. That's why the soul is with the physical body. Because a soul cannot live without the physical body on earth. So it needs the physical body to go through experiences, go through emotions. And it is very important, because emotions are the machinery of life. And without them, we only exist, not live. And that is, again, very important. And most of these emotions come from romantic relationships, obviously from any other type of human relationships as such, because a family is not out of this territory in any way. And of course, the workplace and whatever, but the romantic relationship is the deepest, when we actually give ourselves, I wouldn't say give ourselves up, because that's not really good, but give the most of ourselves, and put it out there. And of course, we are able to see who we are through a relationship, through somebody who is actually connected to us and mirrors our own understanding of life and emotional situations, and of course our codes and belief systems and behavior patterns. So that is very important to do. And it works, or it would work really well. Unfortunately, the point is that in this new world order, the last 20 years, and especially after the quantum leap in 2012, human beings were rapidly put into cages, and our freedom was sort of drastically taken away. And uh, like we cannot say what we want or what we think. We have to think how society thinks or how the leaders of the country think. We don't have a freedom of speech in any way whatsoever. And of course, we are blocked from talking, going through certain things, and we don't have the freedom of movement. We don't have anything really at the end of the road. We are given certain things to value, we are given certain things to hate, and certain things to like or dislike. Of course, it means that our emotions are sort of taken away from us because we cannot feed them anymore. They are not there to actually experience, um, and we don't have that kind of a freedom any longer. And it shows on romantic relationships also. If you think about it, during the last, let's say, 10 years, we went through a lot. We have 160 something genders. I have no idea who came up with this idiotic stuff, but that's what it is all about. And we don't really know who we are. We don't know if we are male or female, or what should we do, or what it is we are the best of. And so we are lost, actually. And that made our relationships very questionable. And also, of course, the movement, what we started of females, the freedom movement, well, it backfired. I mean, I do appreciate what we wanted to do or what certain people wanted to do, but it definitely backfired because the idea was that we wanted freedom, we wanted to have the right to work. The right to work. We wanted to have the freedom of voting and whatever, of course, it comes with it. And but that was the biggest point, the right to work and earn our own money. Um, well, that is good and bad, of course, because we will never, as a gender, we will never make as much money as males do in any way whatsoever. I'm not talking about certain females. Even the certain females don't make as much money as certain males do. Um, and because of that, of course, we gave up a lot of wonderful things where we had our own power, like family, bringing up children, kitchen, bedroom as such, of course. I mean, these are the best knowledge, the best weapons we have in our courtyard, and we gave them up. Now we work and we are exhausted by the work, of course. We go home and then we have to look after the children anyhow, and the family. Or most of the time we have children without the father because the father got fed up of everything. And of course, the father is not um, uh, persuaded to help the family. Men are leaving their families with children and everything, regardless of their financial situation, and they don't have any kind of bad feeling or responsibility feeling towards their children or the mother of their children or whatever. So the point was that we were so caught up in this road and in this fight to have the right to work. And we thought that we had to really work and have to really push it hard. And of course, in the background, the males, because the rules are made by males in any society, not any society, those societies what I am talking about, males make all the rules anyhow, whatever we want to do, doesn't matter. And we entered into that male or man-made rules, male-made rules, where we actually work our head off, and at the end of the road, we are taxed, we are contributing into all the political movement and everything, whatever our government want to do. And our governments are actually mainly made up of males. And that's what they wanted. So females became taxable. We pay, we are in everything, whatever. And we support actually the males by our tax money. But we didn't realize it because we wanted to have the right to work. The other hand, the other problem is really that we gave up the right to educate our children, because obviously we don't have the time to spend with our children. So, and it was very good for the government because the government wanted to feed fascinating ideas to the children, and there were no mothers to interrupt, or there were no mothers to filter all those things. And that's what is going on. Now we lost a generation, at least one generation already, to this fight, what we considered to be our movement for freedom. But you see, it is part of our way of looking at the world. The two genders, male and female, and whatever people talk about, I don't give a damn, really. There are two genders. And the sexual preference is private. I don't get into that, and I don't think that we should talk about that. It is private situation. Whatever you fancy, you do. Apart from children, of course, but that's something different now. The idea is that we gave up uh, everything really what we were good at or what we are good at as females. So our way of thinking is very different. And that is something we need to understand, because we cannot ever become a males, and we shouldn't want to become males, because we have the power, we have the keys, we have everything, but we need to learn how to use all those beautiful tools to achieve what we want. And that's the point. And we have to achieve something, or we should want something that is good for us as human beings, and is good for our children, and is good for our future. So we shouldn't think about the today. And that is the problem. While males are actually traveling on the surface with their thoughts, they sort of think horizontally, but they look into the future. Females, they are much more thorough, but they are get caught in some um, situations and some fights. Sometimes they do a valuable work, but they don't seem to look into the future and see the consequences of what is going on. It is very important to understand, and we cannot work against it, because the point is, you see, everything is actually sexuality. And that's the most important. Your behavior pattern and your relationship with sexuality. The male sexual center in the mind of a male is next to the seeing center, while the female sexual center is next to the hearing center. That's why we are really doing anything if we have somebody delivering a sweet talk, a nice voice, or saying beautiful things, and we don't even care if it is a lie. We go with it and we are taken. And guys are the same with the packaging, obviously, because they work with their eyes. It's nothing to do with male chauvinism, or it's nothing to do with females being less, or whatever it is. It is just a difference. However, we are all equal, because on earth, every human being is equal. And it is something we need to understand. But we are fighting. We are always fighting. And at the back of our mind, there is always a doubt that, really, do I deserve this and that? And am I good at this and that? Yeah, because we don't think that we are equal. This doubt was put in our mind mostly by Christianity, really. I don't get into that because I know it is a very sort of painful subject to many, especially people who have this idea that Christianity is all beautiful and loving and and whatever. So they should really think about it a bit more than that. But never mind. The idea is that Christianity was the first who actually came up with the idea that females being sort of carved out of a male. Yeah. Well, the male's ribs, so doesn't matter, but the male, yeah. So we became secondary citizen by this explanation of creation. And of course, it is in our name. We are called females. It is a Latin word. Everything is Latin, of course, due to Christianity, because female literally means something that is made from a male. That's it, really. So at the end of the road, we really need to forget about that. We really need to forget about what our duties are or not, or going against our duties, because sometimes we don't want to do our duties because we say we don't want to, because we are strong and we are females and we want to have equality and whatever. But there are certain things that are our duties anyway, because we can do them better, because we are the one who are able to do it, who are able to deliver it. And that is something to do with, of course, the bedroom and the kitchen. I know mostly nowadays many females are giving up cooking, saying, oh, I don't want to spend my time with cooking. I am a businesswoman. But for God's sake, you are far more powerful in the kitchen as an alchemist than anywhere else. So we need to learn our actual uh, merits and how to use those tools what we have, because we have the keys to everything. And this key has to be understood and has to be protected, but displayed. Otherwise, if the key is not displayed, mayors wouldn't know that there is a key to work for, you know. So you really have to pay attention to that a bit more than what we do at the moment. We also, of course, we killed romance as such because we didn't want guys to open the door for us. Uh, we cannot be called sweetie or darling or whatever because I am not your darling. And oh, I don't know. But a lot of things are going on we don't really understand and we don't handle well. So I think we really need to understand that couplehood is very important to everybody. And couplehood, it doesn't mean that you have to be with the person for forever. It's not the duration of the togetherness. But whenever you are with somebody, you have to understand that treat this time and treat the occasion with the utmost care and give it a quality it deserves. Because every togetherness or every human communication deserves 100% of your attention. And doesn't matter um, if you think that this person is not for me, well, you shouldn't think that. Then let this person go if you think that this person is not for you. But why do you think that this person is not for you? You don't even know. The idea is that we really need to respect each other and give each other everything what we have. So there are many clubs and societies and groups are talking about females and, oh, I am the goddess and I am the princess and I am the, I don't know what. You cannot be without a god. You cannot be a goddess. You cannot be a princess without a prince. So you need to understand this togetherness and respect the male who is with you or not a male or whoever is with you, doesn't matter, regardless of any kind of gender. It's not the point here. Respect the human being who is with you all the time. And don't be afraid of being mistreated and giving in and being lesser, because it is only in your mind. Don't think that you are less than the other person. If you don't think that, then you are not less, regardless of what the other person is thinking. So have to understand all that situation here and learn how to create beautiful things around the home and household and in the togetherness, because we are and you are the actual wonder. I am talking about females now, but obviously, as I was stating, males are the other part of this situation. Females cannot live without males, and males cannot live without females, or they shouldn't really. I am not talking about getting married and being, settled and whatever. I am talking about energies, to mix with people, to talk to people, to see what they are and how they are and what they think, and give them the benefit of the doubt all the time, and just sort of try to learn each other. That's the best word for it, rather than go against each other. Life is not a competition. It's a place to work, the place to learn, to experience, evolve. And for that, we really need to get out of our comfort zone and meet others, to learn from each other and to enjoy life, what is there. So don't wait for the soulmate and the twin flame and the prince and the white horse and God knows what. Just enjoy the human being and give yourself to the situation. So I hope you will think about what I said. And I wish you the bestest of everything. I don't really believe in this Valentine's Day and giving presents and whatever. It's a commercial side of it. I don't really like it. Because if you love somebody or you respect somebody, you respect the person and love that person always. So just go with it and enjoy life and get on with it and be happy. Okay, well, see you guys. Take good care of yourself, and we'll see you very soon. Bye.